All right, back now with my exclusive interview with football hero Steve Gleason and a personal hero of mine, his wife Michel. Turning heartbreak into inspiration, Steve was diagnosed with ALS in 2011, just weeks before his wife learned she was pregnant. What they decided to do next will blow you away. September 2006. The New Orleans Saints back in the Superdome for the first time since Hurricane Katrina ravaged their city. Early in the game, defensive back Steve Gleason blocks a punt for his team, reigniting the fire within so many who lost so much.
Look out! Right through! A pick block by Steve Gleason!
Gleason, a hero then and a hero now, but for a different reason.
I have been diagnosed with amyotrophic lateral sclerosis, which is a disease in the motor neurons. And this disease is almost always fatal.
Within a few years, the once forceful football player loses his ability to move, to talk, and eventually to breathe. Today, he relies on a computer to speak and a ventilator to stay alive. 1 second you walk out onto the field and you're seen as a hero. And then you can't control your simple body functions. So how do you deal with that dichotomy?
Here's my thinking. My life ain't easy, but it's awesome. I had some soaring and incredible moments on the football field, but I've had even more uplifting moments off the field since diagnosis.
6 weeks after the diagnosis, his wife Michel finds out she's pregnant. The young couple's new mission? To record hundreds of videos for their unborn son named Rivers, while Steve still has the chance.
Hey, how are you? Oh, how are you now?
When we learned about Rivers, it made sense to me to share with Rivers as much of myself as possible.
Boo.
1,300 hours of video, becoming a documentary called Gleason. Why did you decide to share these moments? I mean, you're so open, but you're sharing this to the world in this movie. What made you decide to do that?
We could have made a movie that kind of glosses over the hard parts and just showed the hero part and the easy parts. We wanted to show the truth. If we're gonna do this, we're gonna go all out and show the truth of our lives.
How is it raising a son when you have ALS?
I'm relentlessly pursuing ways to be a better dad. I pick up Rivers every day from school. I'm at all of his practices. I get to help get him ready for bed at night. I love being Rivers' daddy.
Throughout this film, there is some moments of incredible humor. How do you keep that going?
You gotta do something, and we're both funny. We're both funny people, I think. So laughing has been one of the best solutions to get through this, because otherwise, like, what else are you gonna do, you know? Did I one time tell you that I think you got funnier after diagnosis?
Humor in the face of adversity is an excellent weapon. I'd like to say I'm a naturally funny dude, but in reality I think I just have no choice. Humor is definitely healing, so I think we try to use it that way.
I mean, it was amazing to sit there with Steve and his wife, Michel. And, you know, one thing about all the people with ALS, including Steve, is although he's lost his ability to move, to talk, and all those things, his brain works perfectly.
And he's got a great sense of humor.
He's got a great sense of humor. He's smart as a whip. The first thing he did was give me a hard time when I walked in the room because I pronounced when I was commentating on Fox. He remembered something I did in 2011 where where I messed up the name of Scott Fajita. I called him Scott Fajita.
Oh, no.
And he busted me on it. He teased me on it. And, you know, we had to give him his questions in advance since it takes him longer to respond through his computer. And as you see, inspirational. And his wife, Michel, is amazing as well. And this documentary is a movie. It's Gleason. And it opens in select theaters on Friday. And you can see more of my interview with Steve and Michel Gleason on Nightline on Friday as well.
Unbelievable. Something to check out.
Absolutely.
For sharing.